welcome to Monday Mania, where we discuss everything that has happened in the world of triple threat promotions. I am your host, Cassie Willow. With me this week is Reno Phillips. We also have a message from Josh Morgan, as well as Renee Rossdale bringing us her Killing Kayfabe segment. We're discussing events between the 15th of November and the 22nd of November this week. Firstly, triple threat promotions news. Dungeon of Destiny will be the next cross-promotion event and will take place on the 30th of December, hosted by World Championship CAWs. Mai Nagano will be defending her triple threat promotions Women's World Championship against 5 other women, one of which being Alice Young as a wild card, after beating Nagano on NEW's Tour of the Territories Atom episode. New Extremes Wrestling have put forward Cynthia Violet. We're still awaiting confirmation on Nella's spot based on her promo on PWU. Uncle Willie will also be defending his triple threat promotions Men's World Championship against 5 other men. New Extremes Wrestling have put forward Simon Youngblood. There is also about 2 weeks left before the deadline for entry for the Triple Threat Promotions Invitational Cup. On to World Championship CAW's news. We had World Championship callers, Atom episode 49, Death Comes for All. Ultra Kawaii would face Chaos Pact in 4 versus 4 elimination action. Chaos Pact picking up the win without losing a single team member. We then saw Akiko talking with Itazura Panda. Tam would face Atom Iron Will champion Emi Watanabe, title on the line. Watanabe picking up the win. We then heard from Mai Nagano. Jane Barrett would face Atom champion Grand Aoki, title on the line. Grand Aoki picking up the win and retaining. We had World Championship CAWs, Pop on Saturday. Puakalani would face Victoria Wolf. Victoria Wolf picking up the win. The Ion WCC segment would take us to Championship Wrestling Aurora, where Tank Howitzer, Axel Irvine and Brutus Cleopatra would battle it out in a 3-way. Axel Irvine picking up the win. We had a face-to-face with Renee segment that saw Rossdale interview Freddie Armani. Damon Glover would face Nigel Renard. Nathan Sanders would provide a distraction, but Nigel Renard would ultimately pick up the win. We had World Championship CAWs, Blockbuster 18. Minos would face a returning Jack Ketch. Jake Ketch picking up the win. Ketch would attack Minos after the match, putting him through a table. We saw some ominous text messages. One half of the WCC Women's Tag Team Champions, Brittany Beth, would face WCC Women's Champion Jessica Saint. Sarah Saint would provide a distraction, attacking Brittany Beth. Brittany Beth picking up the win. After the match, Sarah Saint would show up at the top of the ramp. Beth would face her, leading to a brawl separated by security. We heard from War Machine. We heard from Starbuck and Power. Bone would face Easton Roberts in a steel cage match. Easton Roberts picking up the win. Let's hear what Renee can tell us.
Good afternoon and welcome to Killing Kayfabe, the one-stop shop for all WCC news, gossip, and rumors. I'm Renee Rossdale, and this week we have news of new signings and the upcoming 3TP live event. Kicking off with 2024 coming to a close, WCC already have their sights set on the new year with 4 indie standouts penning developmental deals and reporting to the WCC Academy for further training. So far, Sebastian Bash Graves, Ronnie Liu, Bishop Wilson, and Patrick Brunel have inked deals with WCC, with more expected in the coming months. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome the new signees and wish them well on their future. However, it's not all new signings, with the departure of Jane Barrett coming after the conclusion of Death Comes for All. Jane joined WCC following the first Brutal Bingo and has been a regular fixture on Atom for several years. Barrett amassed a 61.1% win ration. We wish her all the best in her future endeavors. Finally, with WCC set to host their first 3TP event, the date for Dungeon of Destiny has been set. Competitors from World Championship CAWs, New Extremes Wrestling, Frontline, Ronin, and more are set to face off for the 3 TP titles inside the Elimination Chamber on December 30th.
On to ColorTV news. We had ColorTV, Frontline on ColorTV, episode 79, Stacking the Gambler. Iwari Makiho would face Lady Ivory. Iwari Makiho picking up the win. Fletcher Bannon would face Elijah Sabin. Fletcher Bannon picking up the win. Valentine would face Meta Buckley. Valentine picking up the win. On to Ronin Pro news. We had Ronin Pro, Burning Spirits Season 6, pre-show. Hagan would face the Machine. Hagan picking up the win. British Wolf, Frank Shatter, Garnett Court and Josh Morgan II would all battle it out for Gaethje #1 contendership in a 4-way elimination match. Josh Morgan picking up the win. We had Ronin Pro Season 6, Burning Spirits. Josh Morgan II would face Gaethje champion Razor Parsons, title on the line. Josh Morgan picking up the win and the championship. One half of the Ronin Pro Tag Team Champions, Gabriel Warren, would face Courage champion Johnny Acid, title on the line. Riley Kingston would face Honor champion Antonio Bartlett, title on the line. Bartlett picking up the win and retaining the title. Rage in Violence would face Ronin Pro Tag Team Champions Nikita Bolek and Gabriel Warren, titles on the line. Rage in Violence picking up the win and the titles. Alex Albright would face Respect champion Arik Acid, title on the line. Arik Acid picking up the win and retaining. Powerwolf, War Quinn Caldwell and Strength champion Disco Beats would battle it out in an elimination match, title on the line. Quinn Caldwell picking up the win and the title. Airwolf and Jamari Mito would clash to determine who is the true Grand Champion. When Charlie Braddock lost the title, he took it with him, back to NEW where Airwolf challenged him for it, and won. In the meantime, Josh Morgan had got a new belt, held by Jamari Mito. Airwolf attacked Mito before declaring a challenge to determine who is Grand Champion. They had been at each other's throats ever since. Jamari Mito would pick up the win. We also received the post Burning Spirits win-loss records, which we will put up now. We also got a message from Josh Morgan.
This past week was one of Ronin Pro's biggest weeks in its existence. We had 2 huge events this past Thursday. We had our friends from across the pond from New Extremes Wrestling visit us, and we welcomed them with open arms as much as we could. It was headlined by Razor Parsons versus Razor Parsons, and I know Irwin had a hell of a time calling that one, but our Razor turned up on top in that encounter as the better Razor won. If you have not checked it out, the link will be in the description below. Also on the same event, the legend Cowboy Roy was there now. I did have to hold Paul Masters back as to not go out during Roy's promo and show a little respect. Instead, Paul decided to have Chris Jones put his home promotion and, more importantly, his hometown down. But more on that later. I would just like to thank everyone at New Extremes Wrestling for showing up and showing out here in Ronin Pro, and look forward to more collabs with them. Also, this past Saturday was our annual Burning Spirits mega event, which was headlined by a title unification match between Airwolf facing Jamari Mito to determine the undisputed Ronin Pro Grand Champion. The links to that will also be in the description below. That is all for now. Thanks to everyone involved in the past week with these events.
On to Xero Channel news. We had Xero Channel PW Autumn Tour 2024 Night 1. JKL would face Diego Cazala. JKL picking up the win. Jack Blaze would face Evan Coleman. Jack Blaze picking up the win. Coins and Brutality faced the Slavic Death Squad. SDS picking up the win. We had Xero Channel PWU Autumn Tour 2024 Night 2. Debbie Lee and Bell would face Lola Morgan. Bell picking up the win. Frankie Powell and Ashley Likely would face Kawaii Club. Kawaii Club picking up the win. Mark Joseph would face Nicholas Cummings. Nicholas Cummings picking up the win. We had ColorTV Bozo Podcast Episode 9. 8 + 1 = 9. On to New Extremes Wrestling news. Carl Abbott and Rico Carver renewed their contracts. We had New Extremes Wrestling, Tour of the Territories, Color TV. The Lion Pit came out as the show started. We heard from Diamond Alley. Jade Phillips would face Melissa Sanchez. Melissa Sanchez picking up the win. We heard from Adam Irvin. We heard from Insane Fortune. Bruce Brown would face Juan Gonzalez to determine the #1 contender for the NEW European Championship. Bruce Brown picking up the win. Brad Morse would attack both Gonzalez and Brown after the match. We heard from Chris Jones. Tasmania and Sean O'Grady then battled it out over 3 rounds to determine the #1 contender from the NEW Injection Championship. O'Grady picked up a pinfall in the first round, Tasmania picking up a pinfall in the second and third, picking up the win overall. Yuo and Insane Fortune would battle it out in tag action. Insane Fortune picking up the win. Over to Reno for his ratings.
World Championship CAWs. Adam, Episode 49. Death Comes for All. Ultra Kawaii vs. Chaos Pact. 4 stars. Adam Iron Will Championship. Tam vs. Emi Watanabe. 3 stars. Adam Championship. Jane Barrett vs. Grand Aoki. 4 stars. Color TV. Frontline on Color TV. Episode 79, Stacking the Gambler. Iwari Makiho vs. Lady Ivory. 2 stars. Fletcher Bannon vs. Elijah Sabin. 3 stars. Valentine vs. Meta Buckley. 3 stars. Ronin Pro. Burning Spirits. Season 6, Pre-Show. Hagen vs. The Machine. 3 stars. British Wolf vs. Frank Shatter vs. Garnett Court vs. Josh Morgan II. 3 stars. Ronin Pro Season 6 Burning Spirits. Gaichi Championship. Josh Morgan II vs. Razor Parsons. 4 stars. Courage Championship. Gabriel Warren vs. Johnny Acid. 3 stars. Honor Championship. Riley Kingston vs. Antonio Bartlett. 3 stars. Ronin Pro Tag Team Championships. Rage and Violence vs. Nikita Bolek and Gabriel Warren. 3 stars. Respect Championship. Alex Albright vs. Auric Acid. 3 stars. Strength Championship. Power Wolf vs. Quinn Caldwell vs. War vs. Disco Beats. 3 stars. Grand Championship. Airwolf vs. Jamari Mito. 5 stars. World Championship. CAWs. Pop on Saturday. Pua Kalani vs. Victoria Wolf. 3 stars. Tank Howitzer vs. Axel Irvine vs. Brutus Cleopatra. 3 stars. Damon Glover vs. Nigel Renard. 3 stars. World Championship CAWs. Blockbuster 18. Minos vs. Jack Ketch. 3 stars. Brittany Beth vs. Jessica Saint. 4 stars. Bone versus Easton Roberts, 4 stars. Xero Channel, PWU Autumn Tour, 2024 Night 1. JKL versus Kazala, 3 stars. Jack Blaze versus Evan Coleman, 3 stars. Coins and Brutality versus Slavic Death Squad, 3 stars. New Extremes. Wrestling, Tour of the Territories, ColorTV. Jade Phillips versus Melissa Sanchez, 4 stars. Bruce Brown versus Juan Gonzalez, 3 stars. Tasmania versus Sean O'Grady, 4 stars. UO versus Insane Fortune, 4 stars. Xero Channel, PWU Autumn Tour, 2024, Night 2, Devi Leon Bell versus Lola Morgan, 3 stars. Frankie Powell and Ashley Likely versus Kawaii Club, 2 stars. Mark Joseph versus Nicholas Cummings, 3 stars. This brings our weekly averages to Triple Threat Promotions, 4.1 stars. New Extremes Wrestling, 3.5 stars. Ronin Pro, 3.2 stars. Xero Channel, 2.9 stars. Color TV, 3.6 stars. World Championship CAWs, 3.5 stars. Sidebar, 2.8 stars.
Well, that's all from us for this week's show. Links to all the Triple Threat promotion shows we've covered can be found in the description of this video or on 3tp.page. We'll be back next week for another Monday Mania, next Monday at noon UK time. We'll see you then.